Hello, welcome back. In today's video, I'm going to show you how to make this Colourful Swirl Snowglobe Tumbler. As always, I'm going to start with your supplies, everything that you will need to make it, and then I'm going to take you through my techniques and best practices. So if you would like to learn how to recreate this for yourself, then please keep watching. First things first, you're going to need some sort of double-walled tumbler. I'm using a 24-ounce acrylic double-walled tumbler. You can use glass, any size, as long as it is double-walled. Then you are going to need, this is your magic ingredient. You cannot make this tumbler without this. So this is, it's funny, it's called Magic Solution. This is from Andrea, who runs Crafty Drunken Planet. I have spoken about her before on this channel. In my opinion, Andrea is a wizard. So Andrea makes pre-made snow globe tumbler solutions. So she has many different, she has fast flow, slow flow, really slow flow, like lots of different ones. But this is one of the ones that she makes, and she has called it Magic Solution. And you'll even see it says on here, slime activator and colourful swirl effect. So this is the solution you need if you want to make a suspended snow globe tumbler, like where the glitter does not settle at all, or this, a colourful swirl. The only other option to make this is Elmer's Magical Liquid, but the US version. If you are a UK crafter and you have wanted to make a tumbler like this, you will not have been able to make one successfully unless you can get hold of the US Magical Liquid. I was lucky enough to get hold of some a while ago, but the UK version of Elmer's Magical Liquid is missing an ingredient called borax, and it does not work the same as the US one. So unless, like I say, unless you can get hold of that US one, you will not be able to make a tumbler like this until now. So you need this solution in your life. So tumbler, solution. Then you need your colorants, whatever you want to color your individual swirls with. So I'm just using acrylic paint. I've decided I'm going to have 3 different sections, if you like. So I'm going to have white, pink. I've got both of these colors because I'm going to mix mostly this, and I'm just going to put a tiny little drop of this one because it's just a little bit brighter. So I want to make a kind of like baby pink. And then for the third one, I'm not going to do a colorant. I'm going to use this. This is from my shop. It is an epoxy additive glitter, also known as ultra fine or micro fine glitter, called Luster Dust. I don't know if it's going to pick it up on the camera, but it is a silver holographic ultra fine glitter. So if you're new here, my name is Hannah. I run a small business here in the UK called the Little Isla Co. I provide hundreds and hundreds of glitter mixes, chunky glitters, fine glitters, all sorts, for snow globe tumbler makers mostly. My glitters have also been used for wax melts, nail art, slime, all sorts. So this Luster Dust, the epoxy additive, is obviously more for the resin artists who use epoxy, but for today's purpose, we're going to use it in this. So I have already changed my mind on the colours I'm going to use in the space of time it took me to film this. So we are going to stick with this brighter pink. These are nothing special, by the way. This one is a, I don't even know if I can pronounce that, Pebeo Deco Creme acrylic paint. So anyway, we're still going to go with the hot pink. Now I've actually changed my mind. I'm going to use this. This is cool. This is also from Pebeo. I got this from Hobbycraft. If you're in the UK, you will know Hobbycraft. Trying to find the shade. Oh, Island Blue. Because I just thought that went nicely with the UVDTF that we're going to put on. Okay, so then here is the other one. This was the last one. This one is also a Pebeo one, and this one is called Powder Pink. So we're actually just switching to 2 shades of pink and 1 shade of blue, and I'm going to put the Luster Dust in with the blue. So you can mix your paint and glitters and stuff. You just have to be careful not to put too much paint to solution ratio, because again, you don't want to affect the solution. So just a tiny drop is enough. When you first start mixing your paint in with the solution, it will go all streaky and it will look really weird. It's just because the solution is so thick, it's quite difficult to get that paint mixed. You really have to give it at least 30 seconds, I would say, of thorough mixing. Think of it the same as if you're an epoxy user. Think of it like that. You can't see with epoxy whether it's mixed or not. You can with this, but it's a similar principle. You just have to really, really make sure that is properly mixed in. Once you're happy with your colours being all mixed up, you now need to fill your syringe. So the easiest way to do this is to do slowly, do one syringe at a time. So this is what your syringes will look like when they are completely full. So then you just start syringing the solution into your tumbler. One thing that I will say with this, and I cannot stress this enough, is you have to take this slowly. Do not try and syringe the colour in and then shake it to get it to fall down, or like, you know, swizzle it or anything like that, because all that will happen is, as much as these don't really mix when they settle with each other, if you start shaking it up, the chances are it will start to mix. I think naturally, of course, if you can see there's a little gloop of solution, you can just kind of do this to get it to drop down. But honestly, that is all I would ever say to do. You have to just be patient with this. So I'm going to start with the hot pink and just syringe a little bit in like this. I'm actually going to move you because I know this is not a great angle. Let me just move you round. So this is real time. I know this is not a great angle, but you can see this is how slowly the solution moves. Don't be tempted to start shaking it about. You just have to let it fall. And to be honest, once your solution is this far down, you can probably move on to the next bit anyway. You don't need to wait for it to land all the way in the bottom. You just need to wait for enough space to be cleared in the hole that you can start doing the next bit of solution. And if you overfill like that, like I just did by accident, don't worry, just wipe it away and keep going. And by all means, tilt the tumbler as you syringe it, like you can do like I just did. You can tilt it so it falls down this way, or tilt it so it falls down that way, but just be careful not to do that too much, that's all. When your syringe runs out, you just top it straight back up again. And this is why I say you're better to make a little bit too little of your solution than too much, because if you haven't made enough, you can just go back in and make more. And then you just fill up your syringe every time you need to. With Colourful Swirl Snowglobe Tumblers, you need to still follow the degassing process just like any other snow globe, but please don't shoot the messenger here. I know it's a long time, but the degassing process for a tumbler like this is about 4 to 7 days. Don't be bogged down by the amount of time it will take to degas, but it is so important, because if you don't, and you see here that tiny little bubble there, all of these tiny little bubbles. You may even, if I hold it up close, you may actually be able to see all through this tumbler. No matter how hard you try not to suck in air into your syringe, you will have micro bubbles no matter what. So you need to allow it to degas for a good enough amount of time. So I'd say about a week. And then when it has degassed, you can leave your plug in. A lot of people ask me that, do you need to take the plug out? I leave mine in. Because the point of degassing is not for the air to necessarily escape the tumbler, it's just to escape the solution, or if like in a regular snow globe, it's just escaping the glitter, so the air will rise to the top and then it will just sit at the top of your tumbler here. And then when it's finished, you can then just top up that gap with more solution and then seal it and you're good to go. So just to give you an idea of how this is looking so far, all the colours have nicely swirled in together. As you can see, some areas have kind of swirled and blended a little bit more than others. Sorry, I'm trying to tilt it so that ring light doesn't get in the way. So you can see some areas have blended more than others. Some are really clear layers, but that is the beauty of these colourful swirls, in that some areas will look different. Look at that bit. That's like a marble effect. So, and I just love how I mean, honestly, the options are endless with these. I mean, you could literally choose any colour combination. I made one probably about 2 years ago that was like yellow, pink, blue, purple, maybe even green. And it was almost just, it reminded me of a Zap lolly. If you're a 90s kid, you'll know exactly what I'm talking about. So let's get this on. So we've got, we have got Gus. No, we've got Jacques and, oh my God, I've forgotten her name. Anyway, so we've got Gus, Jacques. It's just adorable. Okay, definitely going to need a little something extra just to fill in some of these gappy points here. So I've cut some vinyl, I've cut some hearts, some bows, some little Mickey heads. So we're just going to fill in these gaps. So these are the vinyls that I've used. So as always, I will link them in the description. They're all tech wrap. They are all from Perfect Blanks Wholesale. So this one, this has a film on it. You know, the protective film. So actually the colour it looks is quite different to the colour it actually is. Here we go. Oh, I didn't think I was going to be able to peel that. So this is the actual colour. So it's a kind of baby pink. Then this is the, I believe it's called the Colourful Shimmer Lilac. This is the Colourful Shimmer, I think it's just like baby blue. I have wanted to use this for so long and haven't had a reason to. And then this one, which is, I can't remember what that's called, another Shimmer Burst. So they're the colours. Oh, and this one, this is the holographic. It's a hot mess because I just peeled it off my mat, but this is the holographic hot pink. So I'm going to go and get these layered, and then we can get these on and fill in these little teeny tiny gaps. I feel really happy with that. So we need to get her sealed, obviously, but we need to wait a good week before we can seal this up. So the next time you see me will be a week from now. Hello, we're back. Right, it's been actually just over a week. And this has now finished degassing, so you can't probably see that well. Can you see here? That big gap there is from the degassing process, and it genuinely has taken this long. Like, I have been checking it on the daily because obviously I'm in this room every day, and it has in fact taken that long to degas. And even now, some of these micro bubbles, I'm going to try and get them to move around to here so that I can top it up with the last bit of that solution. And then this is ready to seal up, and then she's done. So we're going to get that done quickly now. Try to get the hole to sit directly under, sorry, not the hole, the bubble to sit directly underneath the hole, so that as you syringe this in, it goes straight into that air bubble. So there we go, all nice and sealed up, nice and neat on the bottom, and then this is the finished tumbler. So look how beautifully that swirl, I mean that swirl has just literally done that on its own. There is no rhyme or reason with these colourful swirl tumblers, you just never know. It's almost like resin, like a resin ink drop. You never really do know where the ink is going to land or where the colourful swirls are going to swirl. I'm trying to show you it with the ring light not in the way. So I feel really happy with this, and I love how those colours have gone together, that silver and the blue and the pink. These little bits of added vinyl, let's see if I can get them on the camera, there we go. These are the little added bits that we put on, so there's the bows, the little hearts, and the Mickey heads, there's the blue Mickey head. And then the pink one. I just think it helps to fill out that space and just makes it a super cute, adorable little tumbler for any Cinderella lovers. So I have not mentioned this before because I never really thought about it until now. So I have actually started listing these completed tumblers. I have created a listing on my website if you would like to purchase this exact one for yourself. They are not visible on my website because obviously as standard I'm actually a glitter supplier and not a finished product supplier. But if you use the link in the description box, that will take you straight to this listing, and you can purchase this for yourself from there if you would like to. So as always, thank you so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed the video and I hope you found it helpful. If you do recreate this, please do tag me. I would love to see it. Don't forget to give the video a like, and of course please consider subscribing. I would love to have you, and I will see you in the next one.